Hello, friends. So today we come to yet another episode of cracking the interviews in USA. So today we are going to talk about cover letters. Okay. So do you remember sending letters to your friends or family when you were young? I guess many of you viewers here right now are Generation Z, but I was born in the late 80s and I studied in a boarding school in Darjeeling. So I wrote a lot of letters and I enjoyed writing letters. Letters have heart. So a well-written cover letter, it vastly increases your chance of landing an interview. So what are the things that you would like to build on while working on a cover letter? So first of all, it's about building a relationship with the employer. You need to help the employer understand what your past roles are and what your key achievements have been in that role. Secondly, you could relate to the company's values. When you go through the company's website, you might see that the organization is committed to anti racism or to diversity, equity, and inclusion. So you basically talk about how those uh, you know attributes align to your core values. You can demonstrate how you try to enforce diversity, equity, and inclusion at your workplace, and how you foster an inclusive environment. And the cover letter is really about bringing out your personality. So you need to impress them with your writing skills as well. You must have mentioned in your CV that you're a very good communicator. Now it's the time to prove to them that you are, in fact, a good communicator. So, see, ChatGPT, it's a great tool. And the major mistakes that many candidates make here is they ask ChatGPT to draft a cover letter outright. So, while ChatGPT is going to draft you a very impressive letter, but it'll lack feelings. So, you need to ensure that you do your first draft, work through multiple drafts, and then submit it to ChatGPT for review. So don't forget that. Don't submit it outrightly to ChatGPT. Now, in the cover letter, it's important that you pick on keywords from your job description. So say you're applying for an analyst role, a financial analyst role, right? So you need to focus more on your financial planning and analysis capabilities. Similarly, if you're applying for an accountant or for a controller role, then you need to focus on terms such as general ledgers, receivables, payables, monthly closing, etc. And say you're applying for a leadership role, so in the cover letter you need to focus on aspects such as leadership, training, coordination, collaboration. So it's necessary that you customize your cover letter from one organization to another to bring out the key skills that they're looking for. And remember to really bring out more about the company. Why are you interested in the company? It's a beautiful tool to help you demonstrate to your prospective employer that you are actually interested in all the projects and in all the work that the company does. So next we'll do a review of an actual cover letter and we'll compare based on a job description. Okay, friends, so let's look at a job description before proceeding to the cover letter. And here, the job description is that for a credit risk analyst at Citibank. And let's highlight the key responsibilities that are required for this position. Folks, you need to go through the job description thoroughly before drafting a cover letter. So this position is basically required to perform credit analysis using quantitative and qualitative factors, and then write up credit analysis memos, perform write up memos for approvals again, and it requires to perform analysis to make decisions at the bank. And similarly, it requires to continuously monitor the portfolio and identify industry trends. You can see the word risk being used again and again in the job description. Let's go to the skills section. Again, it requires risks and credit underwriting skills, and it requires knowledge of GAAP. So here it means US GAAP. Similarly, it requires writing credit recommendations. So writing skills are highly required here. Similarly, it speaks about leadership skills, being able to collaborate with teams and lead colleagues. Similarly, let's look at the competencies. It requires strong interpersonal skills, organizational skills, and verbal and communication skills. Similarly, it requires proficiency in the Microsoft Office suite and some experience with financial modeling, and at least 2 to 3 years of relevant experience. So this is the job description. Now let's draft. Before even drafting the cover letter, let's go to the website and just research what the mission or the vision of the organization is. So, okay, friends, so I have now opened the website of Citigroup, and each and every website has this about us section. If you go to this section, you'll see that there are things like strategy, leadership, global presence. So in every website you'll find this section which speaks about the mission or vision of the organization and what the organization's strategies are. So it's very necessary that before you draft a cover letter, you go to this page and you can see the vision of the organization here: to be a preeminent banking partner and to be a valued personal bank in the United States. So do a little research on what the organization is, because you need to create that connection in the cover letter. It's not about only speaking about yourself. Speak about the organization and how you are connected to the organization. So always remember this about us section. Next, we'll dive deep into the cover letter. Okay, friends, so let's see how the cover letter starts. It starts with your name, and then you put in your address, your phone number, and your email address. The cover letter is always addressed to the hiring manager. And look at this first paragraph where we have put the vision of the organization in the first paragraph to show the connection with the organization. So this is extracted from the website of the organization, and then mention the position that you are applying for, the credit risk analyst position. Now this is the core paragraph of the cover letter, the second paragraph. Here we talk about our core experience relating to the job description, and see how I have highlighted these areas in pink. Basically this represents numbers. So as I mentioned in my earlier videos, you have to put in figures and numbers, because only words are not going to make sense, right? So you can see 5 years, 5+ large corporations, 20 million. So this gives us an idea of what the person has actually done. And the other aspects that are highlighted in yellow here represent some of the key factors from the job description, like identifying risks, conducting complex credit analysis using quantitative tools. And then you remember the job description focused a lot on writing skills, so we have also put in the credit memos structuring, and then it also required monitoring of clients, right? So in the next paragraph we talk about the various personal skills or behavioral skills, such as interpersonal skills, and then communication skills, right? And again, see, we've put in pink, we have highlighted that the position has led 3 interns. Again, numbers are very, very important. And this last line in the third paragraph, it shows the candidate's knowledge of US uh, accounting principles, US auditing principles, and US taxation and regulation. So this shows that you are ready for the US market. And candidates who are pursuing a further education opportunities, they are always appreciated by interviewers. It shows that you are still ready to enhance your skills. So mention whatever you are doing currently, and then we close with further skills in softwares like Excel and Power BI, which are very powerful data analysis tools. And then in the last line, we again create a connection saying that I want to pursue a long-term career with your bank, and that is why I look for an interview with your panel. So friends, this is an example of a well-drafted cover letter which builds a connection between yourself and the client, having the mission vision of the organization up front, putting in figures, putting in key skills, and putting in behavioral skills, and finally showing your expression or your interest for the job. Always remember, do not put in anything that you have not done before. So you can regret lying on your CV or your cover letter later. So don't lie. So friends, this brings us to the end of this part. I'll see you in the next part where we discuss more about interview skills. Always believe in the right karma.